Hmm.
and correctly. So it's like it's something I got to think about a lot. I have no practice with this, with trying to use FE on women or trying to do anything with women. I have zero practice, so I have to think about it a lot and work on it a lot. I don't know the answers to the questions, but I know they're good questions. The things I got to think about.
Yeah.
And I use FE. I use bad FE at the same time. I think I'm just seeing the good and or bad in somebody and calling both out freely, especially in here.
Hmm.
I'll say some. I'll say some pretty like Susanna. I think was the other day. Somebody I was talking about Chloe, and somebody looked at me like, while she was in here.
Yeah. I've been getting that. I've been like I'll start out saying something and people will think it's really harsh, and then I'll kind of backtrack with FD a little bit later on what I'm talking about, and then people will say, "Oh, well, that started out pretty bad, but it got better as you went on," or something like that. Like basically, what these people are saying is you brought in FE a little late.
Right, that's what they're saying. That's exactly what they're saying.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Well, I mean, I think the weird thing about dealing with women that makes it different and the challenging thing to learn and figure out is it's different than dealing with people as non-women, whether they're women or not. You deal with people as women or deal with them as non-women, regardless. Um,
Hmm.
but it's more difficult because you're not just trying to make them feel good. That's not the FE solution there. It's not saying like, oh well, I'm gonna make sure that you feel uh, confident and certain in your identity and your wishes and your ways. It's instead saying, I mean, you've got to be more TE than I am practicing being at all, or I will have to work on it. But you got to use silence more, and you've got to use what they don't know more, and what you can tell them less.
Hmm.
And that's not my MO at all. So I'm gonna have to think about it more.
You got to be good at positioning what you're sharing at what time.
I mean, if you want to get really good, which I think an ENTP is capable of, then it's like, okay, is this even moral or not? Like when you get into mirroring, when you get into certain body language, and then you get into certain touching, and then you get into certain using the same things they're saying back of them. You do a lot of listening. You focus on timing. You get good
The
at it.
body language bit's pretty easy to get.
Yeah, but
That's
there's
pretty.
there's certain degrees of mastery at this shit. And mirroring is something that's very interesting because it actually is dealing with their neurochemistry and mirror neurons, and it's a way to build rapport at a pretty insane level. It's where you can actually end up moving your hand and moving your arm, and they'll move their arm the same time you move your arm once you've actually built
Yeah.
that it's fucked up
Mhm.
a little
Well,
bit.
I tell you, Nick, the cool thing about that too is what my sexual fetish is to get women to involuntarily and unconsciously move their limbs.
That really gets me too.
Yeah.
I don't know if you're serious or not because it would make sense.
See, if you practice that enough, get them to pick up the vacuum cleaner for you too.
Right. I know. You can really use that mirroring thing to get them. All of a sudden, they're doing housework, and you're like pantomiming movements alongside.
Uh,
They're like, "Oh, let's just
Yeah,
like,
that sounds better than actually doing it, man. I'd way
why am
rather
I
be
doing
doing
all this
gymnastics.
housework?"
Yeah.
Mark, are you just getting up, or are you going to
Man,
sleep?
I've been up all night. I could go to bed right now, but I have to get up in like 3 hours anyway, so I don't really see
Well,
the
there's no
point.
point in going to bed now.
Yeah,
Do you have speed?
I do. I'm debating whether that should be a good thing or not.
It's such an ENTP.
Well,
It's
look,
strange.
you know what helps you to better debate whether or not speed's a good thing? Speed. So
That's true.
take
That's
the
true.
speed, then have the debate about whether it's a good thing.
Okay, sure.
It's fucking funny.
Yep, that's the solution to most problems. Take the speed first, then worry about it. You won't get it done anyway.
What do you got to do? Well,
You
hold
might as well
on. What
just
do you
take
got to
the
do in
speed
3
and
hours, Mark?
I got church in 3 hours. I have to do announcements for it, so I have to go.
Well, you can totally. That's just a brief effort, and then you can go to sleep afterwards. So
Yeah, so that's part of my debacle here.
yeah, I would
So
not take your speed. I would just. Well, and it depends on what kind of milligrams you have, and if they're tablets rather than capsules, because you can just split a half tablet, and that's something different also.
you can smoke it too. You smoke Adderall on top of bong rips.
there you go.
It's not the best tasting smoke ever, but you know, I only smoke things for the flavor.
Yeah, that's why I drank too. Just the taste of it was great.
And it tastes just so delicious that I just couldn't get enough of that tasty 99-cent little airplane bottle of vodka. Those are delicious.
What's it like talking about alcohol like that, Eric? Does it
It's
do it?
fine. I don't crave it at all. I see it. The further away I get from it, the more I think, oh my God, that drug is the fucking worst, most awful drug ever. Because when people
Did
talk
you
about it,
for it while you were consuming it? I mean, I'm sure you did at some point.
I did what?
Did you make arguments for drinking? You had to have.
I mean, I made arguments for my drinking,
Right. What was your arguments for your drink?
but they were defensive arguments. There were things like, look, I got a good job. I work hard. I bring home the bulk of the family income. And if I want to get drunk, until and unless you can point to some specific thing that is causing you direct rights violation in some way, then like shit like that. It weren't offensive arguments. It wasn't that drinking was good. It was that it should be tolerated.
Gotcha. Were there ever any offensive arguments?
Maybe a long time ago, but I
That's what I
deromanticized
figured.
alcohol pretty early on.
Yeah.
I'm much more romantic about speed than anything else. I'm not very romantic about weed either. I'm not like, oh, check out this new strain I got. I mean, sometimes I'll say, oh, I just go back from the weed store, let's smoke these different strains. But I never really think, it's got a hint of raspberry with the bonus THC CBD combo.
It all smells like crap, man.
Not host Mark.
I know.
It does not smell like crap.
Well, it smells better than crap, but
And unsimilar.
it's like the next step.
Unsimilar. Okay, Susie, I'm not going to put up a spiteful video.
That wasn't my choice. That was your choice.
Did I? You don't need to
Did
make
you
those
listen to
sort
my
of.
Enneagram 3 video?
Hmm?
You should
You're
listen to
about to.
my Enneagram 3 video sometime, Eric.
The what video? The Gram 3?
I always hated the
Enneagram 3.
I've downloaded it. It will not be uploaded as it is. I have to do something with it.
Oh, you're
I
awesome.
would say the grandpa hairs I got from smoking.
But you were
Get
about
them,
to
like, in
say
your
something,
throat.
Eric.
All right, hold on, one thing at a time. Now, host Mark, what are you saying about smoking in the throat?
Grandpa hairs. You get like little stickly. It feels like a grandpa's beard right in here, and it just doesn't go away for the longest time. You don't get it all the time, but sometimes.
I got a bit of that right now, but I would attribute that to the Adderall on the bong rips. Smoking Adderall is kind of iffy for your throat and your voice and stuff.
Mhm.
You're not supposed to smoke those pills, probably.
Is that what you're doing right now?
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Look at that purple smoke.
Yep. That's a recommended delivery approach there. Crush this pill up and smoke it on a bong rip. That's what the doctor told me. That'd be a great instruction. If I were a doctor, I'd say, okay, so we've got your antibiotics here. You're going to take these orally. This is Ritalin. I want you to crush this up and smoke it on top of a bong rip. And go down the medication. Can you go over that second one again? How am I supposed to take it?
But you were about to say something before, Eric. What was that?
What was the first words of it?
It
What was
was
it about?
right after you said you were not going to make that spite video, and I said that was your decision, not mine.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say there's no reason to worry about making those sort of preventative disclaimers because I would never make the claim that choosing to weight one piece of data makes the data responsible for my choice.
What?
I would never make the argument
Okay.
that
Yeah.
so you don't need to obviate it. But it's fine that you do. I mean, I'm saying you shouldn't. I'm just saying, oh, don't worry, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to make that argument. Susie, God damn it. I listened to you and I was stupid to have done so, and it's your fault for me listening to you. It's true that I listen to different people differently. Sometimes I catch myself not giving enough credence to somebody's what they're saying because of
Stupidity.
because I'm focused too much on what I perceive them to be going into the conversation. So, an example of this was, and it was when I one time made a video. It was Courtney explaining why New Age spiritualism was the same thing as atheism because there was no distinction being made between the physical and metaphysical world that meant any afterlife was anything other than dissolving back into dust again. And so therefore it was fundamentally the same thing as atheism. It was really insightful what she said. I thought it was an excellent point. It was an argument I had not heard before. And it was not until about halfway through the whole thing that I was listening to, I was like, oh shit, she just sounds really stupid. That's actually quite insightful. She said it in a normal way. Because, like, you know how with, like, New Agers, they have this thing where, but the actual shit she was saying, when you get past that, was right on the money and insightful. So I made a video about it, and I